Good evening. My name is Antonio Carter. I want to welcome you into The Power to Transform with Ant Carter, my first television show. I'm excited to be here with you. This is the first opportunity that I get to do television, and I'm just going to be sharing with you some tips, some tricks, some things I've learned along the way to become a more disciplined man, a more driven man, a man that manages his time better, a man that lost 150 pounds. And I want to share these things with you because I want you to be able to transform and to do the same things in your life. I'm a man that I've made a lot of mistakes, and I just want to be able to share with you how I overcame some of those mistakes and how I've been able to move on in life. So with that being said, I want to talk with you all today about how to move past mistakes, how to move past failure. When you failed in life, when you've made mistakes in life, and God knows I am a man that I've made a lot of mistakes. I failed a lot of times. I had to pick myself back up off the ground and continue to move forward. So I want to talk with you today about the power to get over or to move past mistakes, okay? The first thing I want to share with you is you have to accept full and complete responsibility about where you are in life. Wherever you are in life, you have to be able to accept that it is a result of what you've done, how you've managed your time, the things you've done. You have to accept full and complete responsibility. And I want to share this with you. Accepting full and complete responsibility, the day that you decide to do that, it is the day that you moved from childhood into adulthood, and it is the day that everything in your life will change. It is the day for me. November 17th, 2018, I woke up and I stood in the mirror and I looked at myself, and I was an awful looking man. I weighed 377 pounds. I had made all of these mistakes. A divorced man, a man with a criminal history, a man that had burned bridges behind me, torn up relationships, a man that wasn't as good a father as he should have been. But I made a decision on that day to accept full and complete responsibility for where I was in life. It was nobody else's fault but my own. I couldn't blame anything on anybody else but myself. So for those of you who have made mistakes, it's simple. Accept responsibility for the mistakes you've made. Don't blame your mother. Don't blame your father. Don't blame your upbringing. Don't blame anyone else other than yourself. And on that day, on the day you decide to say that everything is my fault, everything is a result of what I've done in my own life, it's the day that things will change for you. I promise you. Accept full and complete responsibility for the mistakes you've made, for where you are in life. And on that day, that is the day that once you accept that everything in your life is a result of your own actions or your inaction, it is the day that you truly can change and start to clean up the neglect in your life. So on that day that you accept full responsibility and you look in the mirror and you say, everything that's going on in your life right now, it is your fault. It is your fault. That is the day you can start to clean up the neglect in your life. It is the day. Secondly, you have to come to grips with the fact that you are what you repeatedly do. You are what you repeatedly do. If you tell lies all the time, then you are a liar. If you steal, then you are a thief. If you procrastinate, then you are a procrastinator. Accept who you are. Accept it. There is a power in you accepting who you are. Because when you accept who you are, that's when you can start to change these things. That's the day you can start to change these things. If you are an undisciplined individual, admit to yourself. Look in the mirror and admit to yourself, I'm undisciplined. If you are an overweight individual, look in the mirror and say to yourself, it is because I eat bad foods, I don't exercise, I don't take care of myself. This is why I look this way. That's what I was able to do. I was able to look in the mirror and say to myself, you don't take very good care of yourself, Antonio. You don't take very good care of yourself. And that's why you have a belly that's hanging over your pants. You have breasts that are bigger than a woman's breast. You don't look good simply because you don't do the things that would keep you in tip-top shape. So you have to become disgusted with yourself. I became disgusted with who I was. I became disgusted with my behavior. I became tired of making the same mistakes over and over and over again. How long will we struggle with two opinions? Either we are going to make the decisions to become better in life, or we are going to continue to fail. We have to start making better decisions. That's all it is. Make a better decision. You can start cleaning up the neglect in your life today. Just start making better decisions. If you're a bad father, you don't spend time with your children, it's simple. Today, not tomorrow, today, start spending more time with your children. Perhaps maybe you haven't made a phone call to your children in weeks, years, or months. It's okay. All of us. There is not one individual on this planet who has not made a mistake, who has not neglected him or herself in some shape, form, or fashion. But it's a very small journey to cleaning up the neglect in your life. It's a very small journey. All you have to do is make a decision, a 180-degree decision. To whatever you're doing, you're going to do the total opposite of that. And by some change in discipline, by some change in action, you start cleaning up the neglect in your life. So you have to be able to say, and you have to realize this, all of your actions have led you to where you are in life. So you have to believe this about yourself. If I got myself in this mess, I can get myself out of this mess. You have to believe that about yourself. It takes just as much energy to be a failure as it does to be a success. I realized that about myself. I had taken all of this time in my own life, investing it into the wrong thing, chasing women, never finding out what my true purpose was, not taking care of myself, neglecting my family, my children, my wife at the time. I spent so much time doing things that were not conducive to me being a successful person. And when I sat back and I thought about all of the time I had wasted, felt like I had wasted a lifetime chasing the wrong things. And I thought to myself, self, what if you had just invested that time into being a better individual, into being a better person? All of the time I wasted, what if I had just invested that time into being a better individual? A lot of us waste our time thinking about the past, thinking about the things we've done in the past, the mistakes we've made in the past, using it to beat up on ourselves, having a pity party about the things we did not do, the things we did not accomplish, the mistakes we made, the poor behavior. What I found about this is if you use your past as a school, use your past as a school, not to beat up on yourself, not to have a pity party, not to drag you down daily, but use your past as a school. Learn from your past mistakes. And this is one of the things I didn't do for many, many years. I just kept compounding and compounding and compounding, making the same mistakes over and over and over again. Use your errors in judgment as lessons for you. Learn from them. Don't allow your past to pull you back, to keep you from moving forward. Use your past only as a school to learn from. And if you'll do this, if you'll use your past as a school to learn from, I promise you that things will get better in your life. Just use your past as a school. Don't allow the past to keep you from looking forward. And while I'm on this, one of the things I want to tell you is that the future should have the greatest pull on your life. Your future should have the greatest pull on your life. I allowed my past for the longest of time. People didn't have to use my past against me. I used it against myself. I used my past against myself. And one thing about the past, you'll never have a better one. You'll never have a better past. No matter what you do, you cannot go back and change your past. You cannot do it. Don't ask me why God made it that way. We cannot, for as much as we talk about it, you cannot turn back the hands of time. It is an impossibility. So why do we waste our time talking about the past? But I tell you what you can do. You can use all the errors in judgment. You can use all of the mistakes. You can use all of the neglect in your life. You can use that as fuel. You can use that as lessons for the future. And all you have to do is to not make the same mistake. You don't have to make the same mistakes. For those of us who have made the same mistakes over and over and over again, how long will we struggle with these things before we realize they are not good for us? They are not conducive to us becoming successful people. All they do is pull us down, make us feel bad, waste our time, damage the positive relationships we've had in our life. How long will we struggle with two opinions? There's a scripture that says this. It says, a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. I'm telling you, that's the truth. You have to make a decision on what you're going to do with your life, how you're going to live your life. How do you want to be remembered in life? You got to make a decision. And there's always this inner struggle, this inner war going on inside of us. Good, bad, angel, devil, whatever you want to call it. All of us have these struggles. All of us have vices, no matter what they may be. My vice just may be different from yours. But we all have vices and things we have to struggle and things we have to fight with. My greatest advice to you on that is this. Feed the positivity in your life. Feed it. Feed the positivity in your life, because whichever one you decide to feed, that is the one that will win. We all have a dark side. If you feed your dark side will continue to win. But if you feed the God man in you, if you feed that man, that is the man that will win. So I urge you to feed the positivity in your life. Don't feed the negative thoughts. Don't feed the negative ideas. We all have a default. Let me tell you what a default is. We all have default behaviors. And I'm very mindful and very aware of my default behaviors now. I don't like to be lonely. I hate being lonely. Loneliness has caused me to do some crazy things, man. So I know when I'm lonely and it's just me there by myself, I know what my default behavior is now. My default behavior now is to go fishing or to go looking for something when I'm lonely. So now that I know what my default behavior is, I fight against that urge. It's good to be alone. I'm telling you, it's good to be alone. You'll find out a lot about yourself when you are alone with just you. And I hate it to be alone. I hated the silence. Couldn't stand it. But I started to fight against my default behavior. And I got stronger and stronger and stronger. And this is why it is so important that you feed the positive, godly side of you. Whatever you feed, it's just like a fire. If you fan the flames, the fire gets bigger. Fan the positive, godly side of you. Fan that side of you. And I promise you, you'll continue to get better and better and better. I want you to know something. What's done in your life is done. What is done is done. You cannot go back. It's finished, finito, over with. Stop beating yourself up about the things you've done in your past. It is time for you to move forward. Therefore, allow the future to have the greatest pull on your life. And remember what I said, pull. Allow the future to pull you. Allow the future to pull you. Think about the greater things that are to come. And on those dark days, dark nights when your past tries to rear its ugly head, allow the future to pull you through that dark valley. That's what the future will do for you. It will pull you through. So I want to talk with you in closing about something that's very important to me. I want to talk to you about vision. And vision is the one thing that will help you get past your past mistakes. Sight is the ability to see things as they are. So if you keep looking at yourself with your sight, all you'll see is what you are right now. All you will see is your past mistakes. Sight is the ability to see things as they are, but vision is the ability to see things as they could be. There's a Bible verse that says, without vision, the people perish. The word perish means die. In you, without a strong vision for your life, you will absolutely perish. And this is one of the things I struggled with for so very long in my own life. When I was an overweight, undisciplined man, I didn't have a vision. But I woke up one morning and I was suicidal. I was going to kill myself this morning. And as I stood in the mirror and I saw this overweight, undisciplined, procrastinating man, I got a vision of myself. And I locked on to that vision. I saw this man who was much slimmer and trimmer, a man who did not procrastinate, a man who was disciplined in all areas of his life, mentally, physically, spiritually. I saw this disciplined man in the worst time of my life. I got a vision of who I could become. And once I got that vision, I latched on to it and I never let it go. And 1 year later, I was 150 pounds smaller. I had changed everything about me, my temperament, the way I talk, the way I walk. Nobody recognized me. And it was all because I got a vision. And I'm telling you, if you'll get a vision, not of what you are right now, but of what you can become. If you start working on yourself today, if you choose a different destination today from where you would be, I want to ask you something. And I want you to think about this with me. If you don't change anything about your life, where will you be in 2, 3, 4, 5 years? If you don't change anything about your life, if you keep going the way you're going right now, where will you be in 5 years? And chances are there are many of us who will live another 5 years. But where will you be in 5 years? Where will you be in 2 years, 3 years? What will your life look like if you keep doing the same exact things today for the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years? What will your life look like? Let me tell you something I found out. You have the ability to design your life. I didn't know that for a long time. I allowed life to just happen to me. I would wake up in the morning without a plan. Very ambitious, driven individual all of my life, but I didn't have a plan. I just wake up and think things were magically going to happen for me. I'm telling you, you need a plan for your life. And the plan for your life will start with a vision. Who do you want to be? No, who do you really want to be? How do you want to be remembered? If I ask somebody about you right now, what would they tell me about you? Is that how you really want to be remembered? Because if it's not how you want to be remembered, you have the power to change that. All you have to do is get busy. You have the power to change that. Stop looking with your two eyes, because remember, sight is the ability to see things as they are. Vision is the ability to see things as they ought to be. Let me tell you some things that vision will do for you. Vision will show you the future. Vision will show you the future. Now, we don't have any nice DeLoreans that we can jump in like the guy from Back to the Future or whatever it is. We cannot do that. But we can time travel. We can time travel. All you have to do is close your eyes and get a vision of where you want to go, what you want to do, who you want to be 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. Close your eyes and dream about a thing. And the ultimate test of your personal willpower and strength is that once you get through dreaming, can you make it real? Can you make it real? And that's what you see here today. I was a fat boy, almost 400 pounds. And I'm telling you, I got a vision. And when I got done dreaming, I asked myself, and I do this today, whenever I dream about something, I find myself at work and I'm just dreaming about my future. And you know what I always ask myself? Okay, Antonio, you dreamed up a thing. You dreamed it up. Now, can you make it real? Can you make your dreams real? Vision will show you the future. All you have to do is close your eyes and peer into it. Look far out and see yourself 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now. What do you look like? Where do you live? What do you drive? Where do you work? Perhaps you may not even work for anybody. You might have your own business. You might become the chief executive officer of this famous company. I want to tell you something I believe in my heart. There are so many people out here who are struggling with their purpose in life. I believe that there are so many of you who have been sent to change the generational trajectory of your family. That's your sole purpose for living. You are going to be the individual that 25, 30, 40, 50 years from now in the boardroom, your picture will hang. And somebody's going to say, that's my uncle right there who started it all for our family 100 years ago. That's my aunt right there who started this company 100 years ago. That's her right there. That's you. Your purpose is to change the generational trajectory of your family. You will be the first millionaire. You will lay the brick, the foundation that's going to change the entire trajectory of where your family is going. Vision will choose your friends for you. When you know what you want to do, where you want to go, who you want to be, how you want to be remembered, you automatically know who you don't want to hang around. Because those people already have reputations themselves. And you can see where they're going and what they're doing. You already know this is not a viable relationship for me to have. This individual contributes nothing to my vision. This person cannot help me as it relates to my vision. A lot of people would have stayed out of prison had they just stayed away from certain relationships. A lot of people would have circumvented so many bad things that have happened in their life if they had just stayed away from certain relationships or people that we call friends. Vision will choose your library for you. Now, what do I mean by a library? Listen, how many of you all out there want to be rich? I know I do. I know I want to be rich. Now I want to tell you something. Have you ever thought about, there are these guys out there who've made massive fortunes. And you know what they did? They wrote about it in a book. They tell you how they did it. They tell you how to grow the largest companies. Anything you want to know is in a book. Your vision, whatever your vision for yourself is, it'll choose your library. And if you are serious about your own life, you will have a library. No matter how big it is, it may be only 10 books, but that's your library. Your vision will choose that library for you. It will tell you what you need to read, how often you need to read it. I am in the midst right now of reading a book called Think and Grow Rich, or The Richest Man in Babylon. These are books that people, my mentor, these are books that people have told me I need to read because it's conducive to my vision. Vision will help you choose your use of time. Once you know what your vision is, you automatically know where you don't want to waste your time. Learn how to say no. Learn how to say no to things that do not help move your vision forward. A long time, or a lot of time I wasted trying to be a helper to everybody and to every cause. Once you have a clear vision of where you're trying to go with your life and what your purpose is and what you're trying to do, it will help you dictate your use of your time. You cannot save the world. God sent Jesus for that, not us. He sent us to make it a better place. You cannot save the world. Listen again. God sent Jesus to save the world. God sent you just to make it a better place. You cannot give everything, or you cannot give your time to everything. You just cannot. Vision will help you choose how you use your time. Vision will help you choose your use of energy. You'll know what you want to expend your energy on. Energy is everything, y'all. Energy is everything, and guess what? You only have so much of it, period. Even the God, even the Creator, on the seventh day, He rested. Energy is a very big thing. It is in very short supply. You do not have unlimited energy. Your vision will help you choose how you use your energy. Vision will choose how you spend your money. Man, this is a big one for me. I've wasted so much money on what I call shiny things. Jewelry, shoes, clothes, cars. Just all kind of things that didn't contribute to my success at all. Just shiny things. And we get so lost and caught up in wanting shiny things. Your vision, if you have a strong, serious vision, it will help you choose how you spend your money, where you spend your money, what you spend your money on. We don't need all of these shiny things, but we buy a lot of them to impress people. Now with the social media age, the first thing we want to do is buy a pair of sneakers or something and take to social media and show our clothes, our new shiny things. I'm telling you right now, shiny things don't help a whole lot. You get a strong vision for your life and you're trying to go somewhere, you're trying to do something. Instead of buying those Air Jordans, you'll invest that money. Instead of buying Air Jordans, you'll buy some Nike stock, which will help you in the long run. Stop spending your money on so many shiny things. Vision will help you choose your priorities in life. And this can go back to the shiny things, the time, the energy. Listen, when you have a very strong vision for your life, it'll help you set up some priorities. It'll help you set up some priorities. My family. Your family should be one of your first priorities. Your relationship with your Creator should be one of your top priorities. Don't get caught up in all of these other things out here. The world is massive, and the world is massive. There are so many things that people are throwing out there at us now. Don't get distracted and caught up in so much of this garbage and hoopla that's going on out here. A strong vision will help you choose your priorities. Choose your priorities well. Choose them very well, and I promise you, it'll help give you and make you a more successful individual. Vision will choose your hobbies. That's real. How you spend your free time. Because more often than not, when you have a strong vision, When you have a very strong vision, your free time, your hobbies, they somehow bleed over into what your vision really is. You'll use your spare time to feed your vision. If it's a strong vision, it will help you determine what to do with your free time. Vision chooses your diet. What do you look like? You can't run a Fortune 500 company and be obese and overweight. You can't want to run a Fortune 500 company and you're going to be sick. Vision will help you choose your diet. I'm telling you one thing I know about your diet. Eating is the most anabolic thing you can do for your body. Anabolic means building your body up or the repairing of your body. What you eat is the most anabolic thing you can do for your body. Your vision will help you choose your diet. If you're going to be rich, you want to be around to spend the money. You want to be around as long as you can to help your community, to help your family. And this is one of the things, don't you want to become more influential, powerful? Don't you want to be able to help your community, help your family? That's you. You're that individual. You're the person that's going to be able to help all of your family and friends. That's you, and vision will help you choose that. Vision will dictate your plan and how you execute it. You have to have a plan for your life. I'm telling you. I know you've heard it said before. Failing to plan is planning to fail. It's real, y'all. You have to have a plan for your life. Where you going? If right now we said we were going to drive from Phoenix City, Alabama to Los Angeles, California, what do we need? We need a map. We need a map on how we're going to get there. It is not enough for you to just say you're going to be successful. It is not enough just for you to say I'm going to be a millionaire. What are you going to do to earn $1 million? What are you going to do to be successful? You need a map. You need a blueprint. You need some, listen, if you're going to start a business, banks want you to have a business plan. Planning is one of the first steps to maturity. If you don't have a plan, you're not a very mature individual. And that's just a fact. If you're serious about your life, the direction it's going in, you will have a plan. And your vision will dictate how you execute that. Execution. How you move, at what points you're going to do what. Execution is very important. Vision will choose your attitude. Attitude is what I had a very bad attitude for a long time. I'm just keeping it real with you. Very, very bad attitude for a long time. Vision will choose your attitude. It will teach you how to behave in relationships. Not just love or romantic relationships either. How you do business with other people. How you conduct yourselves around other people. When bad things happen to you, how do you respond? Are you a pessimistic individual or are you optimistic? Are you always looking up and realizing that no matter what's going on in your life right now, no matter what this situation looks like right now, there is a silver lining. There is a silver lining in this situation. No matter what's going on, find the positivity in this situation. Because no matter what is going on, there is even if it's just a lesson for you to learn. I heard somebody say this, they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Let me tell you something about life. Life is the greatest teacher of all. And when you are trusting the process, you know that there is nothing you will go through in life or nothing you have gone through in life that you were not ready for. Whatever you are dealing with right now, whatever lesson life is trying to teach you, it is time for you to learn it. Grow up. Put on your big boy or your big girl pants. Learn the lesson. Whatever you're dealing with right now, it's nothing except life is saying, hey, listen, you. It's time for me to push you out of the nest. It is time for you to learn this lesson right here. Whatever that lesson may be. I don't know what you're dealing with in your personal life, but I'm telling you, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear, and there is no greater teacher than life. There is no greater teacher than life. So whatever you are dealing with right now, you are strong enough to deal with it. You are strong enough to bear it. And life has decided you are strong enough, so it's teaching you the lesson that you need to learn. Don't miss it. Don't be aloof. For so long I was aloof and I missed the lessons that life was trying to teach me. Don't you do the same thing. Vision dictates your values, and vision will clarify your purpose. Find out what your purpose in life is. If you do not have a purpose, if you don't know what your purpose is, you're flying by the seat of your pants. Find out what your purpose really is. Why are you here? You cannot tell me that you came to this earth just to work a 9 to 5 every day, go home and watch Lifetime or whatever sitcom it is on television. Are you telling me that's all your life is worth? And then for them to bury you, put you in a box, throw you in the ground and throw dirt on top of you? Your life is about so much more than that. Take the time to find out what your purpose truly is. Why you were sent to this earth. What did you come here to do? You came here to do something. However, there are so many of us who live and die and never find out what our true purpose is. I would hate to live and to never find out what my true purpose is. I cannot tell you how ecstatic I was on the day that I realized my true purpose in life was to inspire other people. My true purpose in life was to take my own life's stories, my own mistakes, my own failures, and to inspire somebody else with those stories. Find out what your purpose is. And lastly, vision will empower you to go beyond whatever your current resources are. Now, let me tell you what I mean by this. Some of you have a vision that's going to take $1 million, but you only have $1 in your bank account. If you have a strong enough vision, it will empower you to go beyond the $1 in your bank account. It will inspire you to push past the $1 that's in your bank account. It'll force you to go out and create new relationships. It'll force you to go out and find creative ways to find the money to fuel your vision. It'll push you past whatever your resources are. Get a strong enough vision for your life, and I'm telling you, it will pull you through and past almost anything. Whenever I find myself struggling now, I always go back to whatever my vision is, and I allow that to pull me through. On the days when I struggle, there are days when I struggle, I'm telling you right now, when I can't seem to put it all together. Character building days, days when nothing seems to go right. On those days, I ask myself, what is the vision, Antonio? What is the vision? Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to accomplish? And some days, I'll be honest with you, I lose the vision. But as long as I'm struggling mentally to get the vision, as long as I'm warring with myself to get the vision, as long as I'm fighting with myself to get the vision, I'm okay. Because I already know once I can lock back onto the vision, everything is going to be all right. Because once I can get the vision, it's going to pull me through. I want to encourage you to do something. And I say this to everybody I come in contact with, and I'm going to say this in closing. Thank you so much. I've had a wonderful time. I cannot wait to see you here again. Same bat time, same bat channel. But I want you to remember this. When chasing your dream, pay full a price. Don't ask for a discount. Pay whatever it costs. If you have to cry at night, cry. If you have to beg, beg. If you have to borrow, borrow. If you have to stay in the gym 3 hours, stay in the gym 3 hours. If you have to eat right, eat right. If you have to craft and create new relationships, craft and create them. Whatever your dream cost, pay full price. Don't ask for a discount. And I promise you, once you get there, you'll respect yourself more than you ever have in your entire life. Don't cheat. Don't try to cheat your dream. Whatever it costs, you pay for it. Sleepless nights, late nights, burning the midnight oil, whatever your dream cost you, you pay it. Don't you ask for a discount. Pay for a price. My name is Antonio Carter, and this has been The Power to Transform, and I will see you again, my friend. Thank you.